Hell, what was on that? Hi, everybody. Good evening. Happy Saturday, Saturday evening. Glad for any of you who are going to join us. This is our weekly wrap up that we do here on the Erudition Network. I am Eddie Phillips, um, and I am the founder of the Erudition Network. And our network is designed to provide knowledge and understanding. Um, and so here we are on this wonderful Saturday evening um, to do a wrap up. You might ask yourself, if you're new to this program, what is a wrap up? Well, the wrap up is where we kind of talk about the programs that the network has done for the week and give kind of a synopsis, a button up of what we talked about over this last week in general on the three shows that we have on. And we also do this wrap up to give an opportunity for those who could not join us live on any of the sessions during the week due to work, our obligations, and so forth. So we do this as a way to encourage folks to go back and watch and to, also communicate with some of our supporters and people who do watch the replays, to give you another opportunity to opine and comment on some things maybe that you may have heard during the week. So I thank you. I see Sean Anthony. Sean Anthony, thank you for being here. Yes, I'm going to talk about you all show next week. I hope to have one of you or your brothers on to talk about your own program for the wrap up, as opposed to me getting on every week and doing it for you. That would be nice. That would be nice. I think anybody that watches this, this wrap up, I would hope that, you all will support what I'm saying with this, because, they do their own program. You should also be able to come on and talk about what it is that you did. So don't be camera shy. Same thing with Tina, who comes on Monday. So it's always a good thing to get back up on here and do this wrap up. I think they get mad because sometimes they think that I'm not going to release them and let them go. But, we had a lot of interesting topics this week. And I think that it was fun to watch and see everybody get involved this week with different things. The boys had a program. I think it kind of went off kilter for a little bit, but as always, I think that the overall message that they had was good. It was really good. But sometimes when you have four brothers at four different levels of life and school and knowledge, it gets a little wild, gets a little crazy. So, but I look forward to seeing, I think next week, this coming week, they're going to have play some kind of game on their program, which is good for especially because we also stream this to Twitch, and that would definitely be something that people on there will enjoy and like. I think the overall theme this week, I don't like to be very long on these wrap-ups unless we get people to come in and want to ask questions. But I think the overall theme on the wrap-up this week, on the wrap-up on the programs this week, really had a lot to do with where we are and misconceptions and training. I'm going to be very, very clear to all of you who are watching tonight. We definitely are in a season of learning and training, and we have to do a better job out here of doing that and clearing up any misconceptions, right? Any misconceptions that are being put out here. And so I kind of saw that as a non-plan, but a subject that was going on throughout every episode over the last week. I think Tina did one on misconceptions I had the boys talked a little bit about some of those things, but they talk about other things too. I do plan to just last minute school assignment. Yes, okay. See, that's how they play on their intellectual father. Oh, I'm doing school, Dad. That's why. That's how they play me. But I'm always watching. That sounds creepy. But okay. Sean Anthony, yeah, the appearance of Jimmy throw things off a lot. I still don't know what that was about. But again, those are Tina's kids. So you never know what's gonna come out of their mouth or what they're gonna say. But they're very I I it would be very hard for me to say. I'm sorry, I got a little confused there. The computer did something weird, but um it'd be very weird for me uh to go down the subject matter of my sons. They are their their level of what they're dealing with in society and their and what how they think about it is different from mine. It is utterly different from mine. And so they did their program talking about what they do, and then they royally showed you with that uh, each one of them at different levels to sometimes work together. So, but they also did talk about misinformation, misconceptions, and things that are out here that are misleading people and not putting them where they need to be, and how hard it is for people to work together. So I do appreciate that in their own ways how they do it. They talked about it. Getting back with Tina, um, a lot of her program this week was about misconceptions, right? Um, People who read things halfway or people who don't study at all and take an approach to something, a dogma to something that will lead people down the wrong path. So I'd advise you to go back, um, of going to go look at that and try to look at the fact of how globally there is a misconception of roles and places and what people should be doing. Um, and getting deep into that, into the philosophy of that. And I again appreciate my family from doing that. I don't know what it was about either, but yes, next week me and my brothers will be playing a game. I hope, just hope Teddy won't win the answer. James, that's an inside joke, but yeah, James Brown again. Hopefully not. Um, it's up to you all on how you're going to play your game and how you're going to do it. Um, for me, this last week I had a Navy buddy was on. I had Eric Spate was on, and he threw some interesting questions out for the program. I thought it was a good. Um, I thought it was a good program, and that you know I always try to bring historical perspective on the interactive because it's a predominantly historical program that talks about history, mostly Black history or hidden history that many Black people do not or not have not been exposed to, and I welcome um, conflicting views. I welcome people coming on and telling me what they've learned or what they know. And I thought that it was a good program because what it did was it allowed us to kind of talk about some historical things, but also give it a current um, point of view of uh, what these older things did to put us where we are right now. Again, we got to talking about nuclear weapons. We got to talking about crime. We got to talking about politics. We got to talking about cultures and how cultures are being manipulated. Talked about agent provocateurs, a lot of different subjects. And I really appreciate him coming on, because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I try very hard on Erudition completely overall. With every show, I try to make it so that people can feel free to interact with us and to come on and give their opinions, either rather it be in the chat that you see, or rather it be live where they come on the program and we have them as a guest. But I am always trying to get people to come on, right? To get people to come on. I want to announce one thing here. I'm going to pull it up if I can. I am a little bit behind in this, but I want to remind people that Erudition has quizzes. If you are a part of our audience and you go to our page, you after this program, I'm going to put new links on for it, but we have history quizzes. I say this because I am getting ready to decommission or stop some of the quizzes that are older. We have one that was a year ago, one that was 2 years ago, and I'm getting ready to close those quizzes down. But those quizzes are pretty good. They ask questions that a lot of people struggle, and you would be surprised how many people don't know about some of these things that are asked about in either of the quizzes. And so I want to get people getting back to at least playing a game and taking an opportunity to grow their knowledge of, history, and to learn how much maybe you don't know. I've talked to many historians who tell me, oh, I know this, and they will come out initially and tell me how much they know. And then later I find, or they find, that a lot of the things that they know, it's not really what they think, right? It's they are lacking in something. And I don't say that to be hyperbolic. I say that because I want them to understand how we go about learning. This is one of the quizzes that you can take and ask these questions. And I'm gonna tell you something. I design question and answer sessions to make it so that you answer with some level of understanding, not a quick Google search that may give you something. So I'm going to warn you that if you're one of these Google professors, that may not help you with these quizzes. So when you take it, you're going to learn regardless. If you get the answer wrong or if you get the answer right, you're going to learn that history. And I'm going to try to walk you along on how that works. So it'll be a good thing for you to go and learn. And like I said, we have multiple different quizzes that are on here, but I'm getting ready to stop some of them because, they are, they've been going on for a while, and I'm going to just pull them off of here. But they are A+, A- course quizzes, right? So they're going to challenge you. So if you think that you know some history, I beseech you to go and take it. We'll put it back out here. I don't know if it resets. So if you took it a couple of years ago and you want to try it again, you are welcome to do that if it'll allow you. All right. All right. I wanted to put that out as we start to do more actual learning quizzes, daily quizzes, and things like that will be coming up on the network to help you and to kind of test you your knowledge or what you may have learned as we have done these shows. Tina's been doing hers, I think, a little bit over a year, maybe almost a year and a half now. Erudition has been on for just about 2 years, the interactive history. So these shows are not new. And there is a lot of information that we have put out here to challenge the learner. So we want you to participate in that. Additionally, there is a Erudition quiz function on Amazon. So if you want to go on Amazon and ask to play the Erudition game, do that. The Erudition Network trivia game, you can go on there and do that, and it'll walk you through some questions that you can answer and see how you do with that and challenge other friends. So we're trying to grow a lot more out here to assist and help people to learn more and to stop the misconceptions and misinformation that is out here. But I've been on about 17 minutes. You know, I don't like the wrap ups to go long. I really do these because we had a lot of people who would tell us that they wanted the opportunity to talk live. And so this doesn't need to be an hour program. This just needs to be something where we kind of touch on what we talked about and encourage you all to get on and watch. So I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes and try to see if anybody comes on with any questions, any concerns or whatever. But I'm not going to stay on very long. I don't tend to want to do that when we're doing this particular program. So we shall see because what tends to happen, you know, every time we say that, someone comes and drops up into the live and they start asking questions just as we get ready to wrap it up. And that's why I encourage you to ring the bell, set a notification, and try to be notified whenever we go live, so that you don't have to come in late and miss out on the live program as it's going on. So, but I definitely want to give these Saturdays, give these talks and these reflections on what we talked about. Sean Anthony and Teddy are in the chat. I do see that. And I do appreciate you all getting on. If you're not live, at least in the chat, in case someone has a question or someone came on. But I will also say that we always try to provide answers to questions, concerns, or comments that you have with the shows when you join us on the program. I'm going to drop this quiz's URL in here for you all. That's the first quiz. And I'm going to drop the second one. Please feel free, if you're watching the replay of this. And I'm going to tell you, I do believe you can go back and take this quiz again. If you are one of those people who took it a year or two ago and you think that you're better at it, please take it again. I encourage you to take it again and learn. It definitely will provide you with some knowledge and some understanding. So, but like I said, we'll also drop it on our Facebook page for those of you who have not taken it before. Try to get a new group of people to come in and try to take it before we take it off the system within the next month or so, and move on to some new course material. So I encourage you to do that. All right. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Like I said, I'm not going to be on here long. We're already 20 minutes in. Thoughts, reflections, questions, or just some idea for an upcoming show that you would like to see on one of the programs. Any of that. We're open to that. All right. I don't see anything coming through, but I know there's a slight delay. So I know for me next week, I'm going to be trying to get a group of people together, and I want to talk about this gun violence coming up next week. I want to focus on that, and I want to focus on um, what seems to be this new age um, vigilantism and lynching. We need to talk about it because it's happening too often. We just had another black man choked out. Rather, he was having a mental health issue, um, whatever it may be. Uh, he didn't need to lose his life. And I really feel like we have to start to put more attention on this, because I noticed the other night on one of the nightly news programs that they talked about it all of, I'd say, 30 seconds. They spent so much time talking about Ukraine and everything else, but the killing of Jordan Neely in New York was basically passed up, and it is something that we need to talk about as we go forward into into the summer, warmer weather. I'm thinking about the fact of the young people that went out and misbehaved in Chicago a couple of weeks ago, and people taking it upon themselves to be vigilantes, right? To be a gets and go out and shoot and choke and assault, severely harm or murder. We need to talk about this. We need to, and we need to approach it from both a academic, spiritual perspective. And so I'm asking for people, as I always do, to come on to the program on Thursday and have a good sit down. We may do an hour, we may do two, depending on how many people we get, and try to discuss this thing in a way where we can talk about the problems, but also offer some form of solutions that we see. Because if we can talk about it in that way, maybe someone will hear it, and we will have a better way of moving forward and moving ahead to stop this unnecessary killing and assault and harm that is out here. Teddy, I see you said something. You said, I'm looking forward to our game this coming Wednesday. Yes, once you guys create it, I know you are doing that. Get it created so you can encourage people to come on, and then you can advertise it. I'm always about advertising if we can. So, and get people to join and watch it and maybe even remotely play a part in it. All depends. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't see much people on here tonight, so I'm not going to belabor this wrap up. I thank you for those who are on here, or the three I see that are watching, and my sons that are on here corresponding. I appreciate that. But like I said, I don't like to try to be on here too long with the wrap up if we don't have anything to discuss or talk about. I want you to stay encouraged. Watch the shows that come on weekly. Tina will be back on Monday. And comment, share, get people to engage, encourage your friends to come on to the programs and talk in the chat, and give their perspectives. Let's learn. Let's stop the misinformation out here. One thing I can guarantee you with the Erudition Network is that we're going to definitely provide you with facts. We're going to make sure that what we are talking to you about has been validated. We won't put out just information that has no validity. That is not what we do on this network and in any of our programs. So, and a lot of effort is taken to try to make sure we provide you with sources that you can go back to and gain that knowledge for yourself. All right, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you to my sons again, and you all. I will hopefully see you next week on some of the programs. And I forgot to put my ticker on again. I do apologize. It's never really in my mind. If you want to be a support or help to the Erudition Network, you can donate anything to our Cash App, which is scrolling on the bottom of the screen right here. This money goes to help out with all the programs, with any of the technical things that we have. It's very simple. The Erudition Network, that is our Cash App. You put whatever you can in there. We buy our cameras, our lights, and our studio things that we use in the background to try to create a better product. And so the more you help us, the better we can use those funds to grow and do other things that will benefit and help others and grow the network. But as I said, unless there's any questions, I don't want to be on here too much longer. So I'm going to get off of here. You can hit us up on our webpage, on our Facebook page. You can see us on YouTube. We are also on Twitch. So if you go to any of those, and Twitter, I always forget Twitter. We are also on Twitter. You can go to Erudition Network on Twitter, and you will be able to click and see our links to our episodes and our lives. So, but anyway, until next week, you all have a good, blessed rest of your weekend, and we will be seeing you next week. Thank you.